unclepuckers@gmail.com.
Yep. Hey everyone, Mr. Devil here, Kenny Danico, 3-time Stanley Cup champion of the New Jersey Devils, and you're listening to the Uncle Puckers New Jersey Devils podcast. Let's go Devils!
Hello, everybody, and thank you for hanging out with us. We are the Uncle Puckers. I'm Chris, along with Mr. Tim. Bobby and Tony are taking the weekend off to dye Easter eggs and dress up like bunnies, but they'll be back on Monday. We're going to have a full show, all four of us on Monday. Play Devil You Know, maybe a snake draft. Maybe we can get back to some kind of normalcy. And just because our Devils are super inconsistent doesn't mean we can't come on here and talk shit for an hour or so a few times a week.
Do you know what happened today is, besides, I love that Bob goes to the mall in the Easter Bunny costume and makes a couple extra bucks that way. That's a really good humanitarian thing that he does.
You know, that dumb son of a bitch still thinks that bunnies lay eggs. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with him.
They don't?
No.
You learn something.
But yeah, he goes it's, you know how weird it is to see a grown man dressed as the Easter Bunny sit on the Easter Bunny's lap at the mall. It's just weird.
Over there, that's just a guy in a suit.
Bob's the real Easter Bunny. What's up, dog? How are you, man?
What's up? So what happened today, other than Bob dressing like the Easter Bunny, is the Uncle Pucker's Buffalo Sabres podcast will live on because they qualified for the playoffs today, and the Rangers lost.
Yes,
the
the
Rangers beat Detroit. Sorry, and Buffalo qualified. So very exciting stuff.
So you see, the first time in 14 years, the Buffalo Sabres are now in the postseason, which I'm excited for. I really hope that they win the cup. I don't think they have the team to do it, but I would love to see them go on a run. But, crazy things happen, things with, less than 1% chance happen. I don't want to say all the time, but they happen.
Sometimes things with a 0.1% chance happen.
Is that where we are? 0.1%?
0.1%. Yeah. I sent it to you. You want to?
I know. I thought it was 1%. I didn't realize it was that bad.
No. Yeah, it's 0.1%. But it was funny because we were actually off that chart and then made it back on the chart. It's like these fucking other teams, just put us out of our misery, please, because that dumb little part in the back of my brain's doing the math, and I've seen a couple people doing it. Our buddy at Brick City Hockey Apparel's been doing it on Twitter. He's like, here's the scenario, and
what's the scenario?
It's like it always involves us winning out. So 7-0 or 8-0. But I think it's something like Columbus, Detroit, Ottawa. Who else is in that mix?
Islanders,
Boston, the Islanders, the Flyers and Caps. All go 3 and 4, which isn't totally crazy. And then we'll be tied with 94 points with a few of them, and then we'll win on some tiebreakers with a couple of them. It's ridiculous, but I do think that scenario, that random scenario that I came up with, where it winds up being a goal differential tiebreaker, and we lose by 1 because Markstrom had to go for the fucking empty net and fumbled it and scored on himself.
I know I belabored this every time that we do a show lately, but I am the biggest non-believer in Jacob Markstrom. I don't want to trash the dude, but he sucks. I don't like him, and I don't want him on this fucking hockey team anymore. I was so happy to see Allen not only in the game against Washington, but actually get some run support in that one. Yeah. It was about time, the guy's been standing on his head for us, and we can't score a fucking goal for him. So that was nice to see. And I loved the game against Washington. I mean, that was a must-win game for the Caps, and the Devils just dominated it. But then, the inconsistencies arise when you go and, go to Madison Square Garden and lay an egg like that against a really bad team. And that's 2 points you need. And, we can go up and down the last 70 something games of this year. And how many of them were games that the Devils just didn't show up for that should have been, 2 points.
Yeah, that we had so many referendum games. You know, like need this one, and then they just show up and just chat the bed.
Yep.
But like looking at the standings now, it's hard not to point. You point to like 12 different stretches during this season, where it's like what like if only, if only, if only, and they didn't. Like that 5-game losing streak right before the Olympics. They win 3 of those. We're in the mix.
Yeah.
It sucks. It really sucks. The Rangers egg that they laid. The 2 games coming out of the Olympics.
Yep.
The Calgary.
Yeah.
Shit.
The 2 games out of the Olympics, I think, was Buffalo, and I don't remember who the second game was, but they still can't win 4 in a row. They get 3 and then they'll drop 1 or 2, and it's I don't think we'll ever know what happened in that Chicago steakhouse, but I really want to know what actually happened, because to me this wasn't just a Jack got hurt thing. This was something that I think split the team. So that's why I'm thinking that there might have been, like we talked about it, some effing around. Jack ended up getting hurt. The only thing Markstrom is good at are intense pedophilic stares and getting his ass kicked in goalie fights. I'm not sure about the former, but definitely the latter. When you're going up against a guy that's my size and you're 6'4" and you let Shesterkin take you, like I'm sorry, dude. Like
you can't skate the entire. Besides, like, look, I know goalie fights are yay, what a fun goalie fight, but like in reality, goalie fights are stupid. Like they probably shouldn't happen, and it's very silly how the goalies just go back to their nets and like they just like they after the fight, Markstrom just picked his shit up, went back to his net like nothing happened. But it's like you can't skate the entire length of the ice and like be the aggressor in that situation. Like he was going after Shesterkin like before Shesterkin had all of his shit off, and then just got fucking pummeled. Like I saw some people trying to be like, "Oh, he held his own." No, he didn't.
No, he didn't.
He got his ass kicked.
But my point is there with the Chicago thing, what I wanted to get back to, like something happened with that, because like I said, it wasn't just Jack getting hurt. This divided the team somehow. So if there were some shenanigans going on that caused that, I think could have been I think a very good chance that there was a lot of people in that locker room that kind of blamed and were annoyed or upset, discouraged, whatever, about the situation, and others that I guess everybody was probably discouraged and annoyed by it. But like, if you put yourself in a position where you got injured off the ice by doing something stupid, I can see how some of these veterans on the team, and I'd be pissed, like you're our best fucking player. Like you're dicking around, and we can now look at the standings and say, I think completely with complete confidence, Jack Hughes does not get hurt. Devils are comfortably in a playoff spot right now.
No, yeah, they're a 100-point plus team. With him, I agree with you. Like I don't. We'll never know what happened, and there are some fishy ways that people phrase things. Like particularly Keefe was like, that's the story we heard, and that's what we're going with, type of shit. And I've heard some other rumors about stuff that he was doing, but yeah, I could see that. I could see that happen. It's also traumatic, if it's like whatever happened to his hand, like for however long he was out for, like something very traumatic happened to his hand, like probably almost cut a finger off type of shit. So, I could see that kind of rattling people. But you also look at like we went through stretches where we had a lot of fucking injuries to key players at a lot of time, during the season. And then Timo went on that leave of absence for we don't know we didn't know it. Like we've been like, this season has been fucking nuts for the Devils. Like and like the narrative swings on Jack have been wild too. It's like we were shitting all over him after that incident, and now suddenly he's fucking American hero, thrown out the first pitch at Yankee Stadium and risen up Martha Stewart.
I'm a little bit worried about Jack. Whenever people get to that level, right, there's always that group that looks for every little thing to knock him down, and I worry that Jack's gonna say something or do something, and his whatever Jack does is going to be magnified 100 times here. So I just hope that he kind of, because he does, we've said it, he looks like he's grown leaps and bounds in maturity just in the, since the Olympics. So I hope that that's the Jack that we get going forward. That if there was some bullshit shenanigans, like, I hope that he understands the damage that his actions, if it was the case, had done to this team. And it does seem like he is a completely different person as far as being, not just on the ice. On the ice, he's fucking phenomenal, but just that leadership mentality, the guy that guys want to play for now, and he's bringing it. And if you can talk the talk and back it up, I mean,
yeah,
dog.
He's got that fucking swagger, man. Like he's
Yes.
always had swagger, and I think some of it has led him to some issues sometimes and some trouble on the ice and obviously off the ice. God knows what he was doing, but I think one of the kind of silver linings, I guess, just playing out this stretch of games, is this way that Jack is playing, leading the league in points. I think still after the Olympics, particularly after that 5-point night, like he's just fucking running train on this team or on this league, and hopefully that just kind of carries over all summer. I'm concerned that he does take this and he goes on a Jack Hughes tour all summer and doesn't train and doesn't, and kind of lets the training slip. I would be concerned about that. But
well, I mean, look, we got 7-8 games left, whatever the hell it is. If he can get through game 82 without being injured, this would be the first time in, I believe, 3 off seasons that he's not rehabbing some type of injury or surgery. Definitely the last 2. I might be wrong about the third, but I think he got surgery after the playoffs with the Rangers and we lost to Carolina in the second round. I think he got surgery after that year because he did get banged up late in that Carolina series. And I don't even know if he played in game 5, to be honest with you.
I forget.
Yeah, I don't remember either, but
you may be right. You may be right.
And then, of course, we know the year after that, we lost him for the year, 2 years ago, we lost him for most of the year at the end, and he had the bad injury. And then last year, again, before the playoffs. So this will be the first time. So I really hope that that's not the case. And he does, look, when the guy is on the ice and his confidence level is there, we talked about it. Maybe 5 guys in this entire world are better than him. And tonight should be a blast to watch. I mean, just, our boys against that fast Montreal team should be a really fun game.
Yes, it should be. I'd like to see. So one thing I wanted to step back and just talk about with the Capitals game is every single goal that we scored was just like a sexy fucking goal.
Yeah, it was.
Like, Mercer's goal was a low cycle goal. Dougie's fucking bomb from the point was a high cycle goal. One of Jack diving over Logan Thompson goal. That was just such a gorgeous play from Brown to Bratt. And then that goal.
Let's talk about that goal. Let's talk about that one real quick.
Okay.
Let's talk about Jack's second goal. Like, when's the last time you saw Jack Hughes crashing the net like that? I mean, that's shit that he doesn't do. And now we talked about that confidence, that swagger back. This dude's crashing the fucking Logan Thompson's net and burying pucks.
I mentioned this our last spot. Like, he's been driving the net a lot recently, like cutting in, like, and driving the net. And quite frankly, I it's something I want to see Timo doing more of. Like, drop your shoulder and go to the net. Like, Timo bounces off guys and goes around behind the net. He's got to.
Cotter's the other guy. Like,
Cotter's the other guy that does that shit too. It's like both of you guys are right.
But big, strong guy. Fucking do it.
But just Jack's ability to hang on to that puck, come back around, and then dive, and then sort of tuck it behind Thompson, like, fucking beautiful. Brown with a little toe drag coming in, feeds Brad on the wing, and with Jack playing the way he is, like, let's not lose sight of Brad's finally kind of picked his game up too, and he's going to clear probably 70 points again. I realize a big chunk of them are coming at kind of the end in these sort of inconsequential games and garbage time. And that's kind of been Brad's thing. But if this is a line, like if this line is a thing, I think this has probably been one of the top 3, maybe top 5 lines in hockey over the past probably 2 months.
I think this line is a thing. I think this will be our top line going into the 26-27 season. And it should be. We talked constantly about that winger for Jack. Like, all right, I'm not talking about that anymore. It's Connor Brown right now. Now, Sea Dog, I think, was a huge hockey boner for Brady. We've been talking now for 2 years about Brady Tkachuk maybe coming to the Devils. And I think that for the most of it, it's a pipe dream. I honestly think there is a very good chance, a better than 50% chance I'll give, that I'm not saying he goes to the Devils, but that he asks for a trade at the end of this year. I think that Brady's done in Ottawa.
If they miss the playoffs, absolutely. I completely agree with that.
Yeah.
If they make the playoffs, they're going to be a dangerous team.
I agree.
But if they miss, I don't see how Brady finishes out that contract there. Like I just don't. Like I would love to get Brady on this team. And okay, so here's how I think I would like to see the kind of team line up. If you put Brady, Nico, and Timo together, that moves Timo back to right wing so everybody can stop crying about that shit. And then that becomes an absolute forechecking menace of a line. Like they would fucking kill people. And that becomes your kind of down low, cycling, gonna beat the shit out of the goalie, gonna beat the shit out of the D line. Then hopping over the boards, you got Jack, Bratt, and Brown who are just gonna skate you to death and fucking skate right by you. Then you have Glass, Gritsuk, and Haminaho, or Glass, Gritsuk, and Mercer. I'll get to that in a second. As a reliable defensive. So I was looking at some numbers, and that line, that Glass, Gritsuk, Haminaho line is one of the best defensive lines in the league. And honestly, I've liked Bukestad's game over the past couple of games. I feel like he's kind of settled in. He's a great big body. Like he knows how to use his size very well. And like he's started that entire Glasses goal, the first goal, like any kind of
beautiful pass.
Yeah, like a lot of knuckleheads will just shoot that puck. And instead he finds Lenny all the way across, kind of east-west pass across the zone, finds Lenny, and then Lenny with the wherewithal. And Lenny fell off a little bit for a couple of games, but he seems to kind of have reestablished his game. So I know everybody wants big changes, but I do still think in the forward group we're still that kind of that add that one Brady Tkachuk, Matthew Nyes type, and I think that goes a long way.
And I think Bukestad on the fourth line's been great. I really don't care about Paul Cotter at this point. Like if he goes, he goes. But I completely agree. Like you're not going to get any argument with me. If we can put that team on the ice for next year, I mean, that lineup, that'd be ridiculous. Now, I believe it was, where is it real quick? I'm sorry. Zach asked, Mercer, Nemo, and a first enough for Brady. It might be. I mean, you might have to throw in a kicker, just, maybe a prospect that, isn't really going to see the light of day in our system. But I think that can work. You're getting a top flight number one defenseman in Nemo. You're getting a fucking Iron Man that's going to shoot up for you every single game and play hard in Mercer, and a first. I think that could be enough for Brady. I mean, what do you think? I think they're going to want more than that.
Well, we are very quick to throw Nemec into every single trade.
I mean, I'm just reading what was written there.
If my computer freezes, I apologize. I'm getting digitized a little bit. Fucking my headroom thing here. But I'm looking at what Ottawa's. Oh, hang on. Okay.
All right,
I get it. I get it. I don't.
We're losing.
I think that works. Do you see me?
Yeah, your audio got a little bit wonky. All right.
Am I back? Am I okay?
I think we got you. Go ahead.
Okay. So on their right side of their D, Ottawa has Artem Zub, Jordan Spence, and Carter Yakimchuk. So they already have 3 right Ds. So I don't think Nemec would be much of an enticement to Ottawa as
Okay.
much as he is for Toronto, who has been dying for an offensive right D forever. And that's why I think Nyes is more likely than Brady. I honestly, I think Brady finds his way somehow to Florida. Like I think that's kind of where it goes. Mercer, I don't know. I think Mercer is. I waffle on Mercer. I don't think he belongs in the top 6, but I still think he's a strong middle 6, third line type of player, and so that's why I think there should be a way to consider maybe looking at Haminaho as part of a trade package. You know, he's flashed a little bit this year. You know, you could put him in a package, and Mercer takes that third line right wing side.
Yeah. Let me just throw this, because as soon as you mentioned about, you know, Mercer not being in the top, shouldn't be in the top 6, and I agree with you. And to me, at this point, and you mentioned Lenny, to me, and that's what I was going to bring up, they're kind of interchangeable. I can see Lenny doing a lot of the things that Mercer does do. I mean, he's only played in 20-something games, 30-something games. Like, the kid needs to grow, but we've seen a lot from him already. I would rather keep Hamanejo than Mercer.
Okay.
Only because you're going to get more value back with Mercer. And I do think that there is a little bit of redundancy between those two, or at least there could be next year. So that's the only reason why. I see what you're saying, and I would be fine with that too, as long as that meant that Mercer was going to be back in that third line, and a Mercer Glass Gritzuk line that can look really good.
Yeah. I don't think our forward core has a lot of problems right now. I think finally it's kind of rounded itself out. We're still missing that top 6 wing, but I go back to something that I've been kind of screaming about for years, is that I think people misunderstand what that position actually looks like, and what that kind of need is, and what the
position are you talking about?
Player type. So we were yelling about, we need a winger for Jack, right?
Okay.
I think we've kind of found him in Connor Brown, and I will say, and I will try to sell to everybody, that I think Brat Jack and Connor Brown is actually a viable first line, because you can't just, it's not a fucking video game where you just throw your 3 best players on a line and it goes. You need guys that have complementary skill sets and complementary ways they play. Like a team like Montreal, we're going to see tonight, right? They have Slavkovsky, Suzuki, Caulfield. That is a fucking excellent first line, because they all have 3 different complementary guys. They have a good 2-way pivot. They have a righty who can fire the puck, and they have a big fucking lefty that can, that can do kind of everything else. So that's why I'm hesitant to say, like, let's just add Jason Robertson. It's like, okay, like you're going to give him $12 million. And look, if you turn salary cap off, great, fucking give me Jason Robertson at $12 million. You need to kind of balance these guys. The other issue, and I've harped on this before, is power play time. Like, our first power play unit, also with Connor Brown there, seems to have settled into what it should be. Like that, like it has been absolutely elite the past couple of games, and that's also with Luke swapping in for Dougie,
which is another reason why I think Dougie's definitely gone. I because look, if Dougie's gone, that power play 1 quarterback is going to be Luke. Why would you keep Dougie in that spot for the final 10, 15 games or whatever? No, you want Luke in there. So that's another reason why I think Dougie's gone. The defense we'll talk about on another show, but
we can get into it a little bit after this. I think
let me ask you a question.
All right.
Nyes or Brady?
It's a very good question. How old is Brady?
I think he's only like 24, 25. I mean, he's not old. He might be older than that, but
let's go to the tape.
Go to the videotape.
Hang on. Keep Phil.
I didn't get your
Brady Kachuk's at the top of my NHL.com search listings.
I didn't get your email.
The Uncle Puckers?
Maybe the Uncle Puckers?
Is it
just Uncle Puckers at gmail.com. So send that again when you get a chance.
Okay.
So Because Nyes is young, right? He's only like 24.
Nyes is 23, and what I like about
23.
Nyes, hang on, sorry, I kind
Zach
of got
says
carried
Brady's
away.
26, and then Zach
He's
said he's 28.
26.
28, then 26. He's 26.
He's
Thank
26,
you, Zach.
99. He was born in 99.
Okay.
I love Brady. He's the exact kind of archetype of a player that we need, but I think Nyes is a younger version of him. The other thing I like about Nyes, I mentioned this last show, is he has no trade protection. So just adds flexibility. He is signed. Both of them are signed for $7+ million. I don't know when Brady's contract's up because that's another consideration you have to go. I think all things being considered, or all things being equal, I probably lean towards Nyes. He's also, I think, the package you have to give up for him is probably less damaging to the current group that we have. And I think there's more of a trade alignment there from the fact that you can have, like C-Dog just said it, like Nyes is the easier get. It's Nemec, basically Nemec for Nyes, maybe Nemec and a pick for Nyes, or Nemec and Mercer for Nyes, I think is works. Yeah. So thank you, Robbie's bench host. I appreciate it. So Brady only has 2 years.
Brady's got till the 27-28 season at 8.2 a year.
Right. So like I think Nyes fits in a little bit better. And if you do, maybe I'll look at this kind of cap math, because Nyes makes 7.75, I think. And I'd open Puckpedia again, but that almost
7.75. Yep.
Yeah.
And he's due to 30-31 season.
And he's 23 years old.
That's the one you go and get. I love Brady, but I think Nyes is the guy you get.
I'm kind of with you on that too. I love Brady. Like, if we could get somehow swing them both, fucking hell yeah, do that.
Sure.
But I think that would the sacrifice that would have to happen with our forward group, if somehow Fitz can swindle like a Bradford Brady 1-for-1,
let alone fucking put together a deal for one.
Yeah. And people consistently brought up Nico for Brady, and like I'm not giving up a 2C as valuable as Nico. Like, I know people are down on him, but it's like there are very few better 2Cs in the league than Nico Hischier.
There is no reason for Devil fans to be down on Nico Hischier. Like, in my opinion, like, Nico Hischier's as consistent, the most consistent piece in this dressing room, in this entire organization. Nico Hischier is the most consistent. Like, what you're going to get from this dude every night. He's going to play his ass off every night. I do not want to, people that are against Nico, I do not want, and I don't ever want to get to a point where, like, so I was thinking about the trade package you were talking about with to Montreal. It was tongue in cheek, and we were just kind of recklessly speculating. But I believe it was Hischier,
Timo,
Meyer,
I think, and Siegenthaler.
And Siegs.
I put all the Swiss boys together and was like, get the fuck out of here.
Right. For Nyes, Matthews, and Nylander,
which is insane. That would never happen, obviously.
No.
And Toronto probably wants way more than.
And that's also kind of, I don't want to get to a position where it's like, whose team is it? Is it Nico's team? Is it Jack's team? Like, I don't ever want to get that, like, that conversation rolling. And I think, like, any talk of trading Nico or any talk of trading Jack is kind of what, like, I believe these two dudes need to be joined at the hip. And whatever success the Devils have moving forward has to be on the back of those two guys. Because I think both of them can deliver.
I'm frozen. Hang on.
Yeah, you're frozen. So, I mean, that's just my opinion. Yeah, I mean, Brady and Nyes, yeah, Sea-Dog, but like Tim said, what are you giving up for that? Like, that's the biggest thing. Like, there's no way if you went for Brady and Nyes together that I think Nico Hischier would be on this team. He would have to be the guy.
Yeah.
And
because neither Brady or Nyes aren't centers. They're both wings.
Right.
I just think I feel like we still have a little bit of a slotting problem with Mercer on that top line. Mercer's been successful as he's very much a good complementary player, like a solid complementary player. But like,
yep.
So if you look at kind of how most top sixes work, there's probably, they either have like one elite top line where all three guys are 70+ points. One guy has 40+ goals. If you look at the second line, all those guys are 40 to 50 points tops. Or, they're kind of built like us, where it's like, you have 4 guys across 2 different lines that are 60, 70 plus point guys, and then 2 guys that are like 30 to 40 point guys. Like that, and that goes back to my rant about the type of person you need in that top 6, because we're really looking to fill out basically the 5th and 6th forwards in the top 6. We're not, you can't turn salary cap off, and you can't turn trades to easy in this league.
No.
You need to give to get, and you need to build and round out the team. It's not a fucking video game.
All right, how about this? Nemo and Markey for Nyes and Stolars. We retain $2 million of Markey's contract if Toronto wants. If Toronto is willing to accept to not have us hold any money, then I think we throw Mercer in. So let's say with no retention, Mercer, Nemo, and Markey for Stolars and Nyes. Stolars makes $3.75 a year. Unfortunately, his contract is up at the end of next year. Oh wait, no, $29.30, and he's got a modified no trade. I know he gets injured a lot, but if you,
how many games
I would
played?
I would take Stolars over Markey any day of the week.
Oh, 100%. Even an injured Stolars.
Yeah,
I would take my blind fat dog over fucking Markstrom. Okay, I didn't get to this, but let me just read some numbers really quickly.
Let's do it. Okay, these are Jacob Markstrom numbers.
These are Jacob Markstrom game by game save percentages over the last 9 games.
All right, hang on. Let me find something real quick here if I can. I'm like half a ding dong on this. Okay.
You have a ding dong? What?
I do have a ding dong. But first, all right, Tim, the floor is yours.
Okay. So
go ahead.
We got to bring back the sound effects. That was good. I like that. All right. So starting from the last game he played, 826, 879, 882, 833, 864, 828, 900, 850, 889. He's had one game where he's had a save percentage of 900 or above, and it was exactly 900. In his last 20 games, he's given up 2 or less goals in only 8 of them.
Yeah, look, I understood getting Markey. I didn't understand the extension, and if the extension was never done in October or November, whenever it was, if that was never done, we would totally be sitting here right now. The main conversation is who's going to be our goalie next year. I just don't. I'll tell you right now, if Tom Fitzgerald does not lose his job, I'm not saying fired from everything. Like, even if we talked about, like, if they take him off general manager, I do not see a Markstrom trade whatsoever. It would have to be some new blood that comes in and looks at those numbers that you just read and then watches tape of this guy. And then they be calling Toronto, because maybe Toronto is really looking at this point to make some bigger changes. Maybe they are a team that you can kind of look at and say, okay, they have some of the answers to our problems, and I think we kind of have some of the answers to their problems.
I kind of think so. Yeah.
Yeah. Like maybe we can all kind of make each other better on this whole thing. And that's, I think that might be the team. That might be the team. What do we got here? All right. You want me to plug this up?
Yeah. This is fun. It's dumb, but it's funny. I love Sea-Dog's comment. He pull Sea-Dog's.
What'd he say?
Because I was talking about video games, like you can't turn stuff off.
Oh, right.
I'd love to turn off Tom Fitzgerald.
I would totally love to turn off Tom Fitzgerald too. Give me 1 second here, and I will put that up. Waiting for my Gmail to load here. All right.
I'm trying to think if I had anything else. Oh, so going in tonight, it looks like they made up two call-ups. We brought up McLaughlin, who I guess we are finding out is in fact a real person. I thought it was
Who?
just like, oh, what?
Who the hell's McLaughlin?
Mark McLaughlin. I don't know.
I don't know who that is.
Oh, he's a real guy. Saw an interview with him today. Apparently, he was on IR for like his entire New Jersey Devils tenure. I think we traded him for like Orlov or something like that.
What does he play?
I think he's a center. I think he's going to be fourth line center.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. He was like on our cap sheet for all season, just like dead, and now he's not. So he's up, and Hallinen's up. So they're sitting Dadonov and Siplikov.
Oh, Siplikov. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I kind of like him. I hope that I hope he does kind of find his way onto this team.
He just, I don't know. I could give or take. I think he makes too much money to be a fourth liner, to be perfectly honest.
How much does he make?
Like 2.5 or something like that, maybe 2.25.
Yeah, that is a little too much.
That's another thing I think the Devils need to do, and you alluded to it about getting rid of Dougie, is like they need to rebalance their books a little bit. We have too expensive of a decor. Markstrom's contract is go fucking albatross. If you look at Markstrom's, like, if you look at his JFresh card, like his like kind of analytics card, I know people don't like them, but it's just very funny because like there's a trend line of like his value basically is his kind of one number value, and it's like 23, 24, 24, 25, 25, 26. And it's like, holy shit, we have him for 2 more years. It's like he's going to be like off the fucking chart like Glendening was.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. All right, this is what you just sent. Let's tell everybody what this is here.
So this is Money Puck puts out the playoff odds charts, and then has each round, each subsequent round. I guess they have sort of a mathematical model. So before,
there we are.
I think after the Rangers game, we were off this chart, and then after the Capitals game, we made an appearance again. So 0.1% chance, 0.1.
And that is the lowest percent on this board.
Percent bottle. There, you'll see some teams are off of this. Like the Rangers are off of it. I think Florida's off of it.
Yeah, the teams that are eliminated. Yeah. So what you're saying is there's still a chance.
You're saying there's a chance.
All right. Well, here, let's do this. Okay. So for all of us fans that feel like there is no chance, these kind of things never happen, I'm going to read a few things that have happened with the like pretty much same percentage odds of happening that we have. Did you know that former Oakland A's slugger Chris Davis hit exactly 247 for 4 consecutive seasons?
Did he really?
Yeah. 1 in 100 million, right? That happened.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. That happened.
All right. The one guy actually won the lottery twice in the same year with the same numbers. In 2002, a 51-year-old electrician named Mike McDermott won the lottery twice in 1 year using the same numbers both times. I can't win the lottery playing any numbers any times. This guy did it twice. It happens. And my favorite, well, not my favorite, but this is another one. Ann Hodges, right? Ann Hodges was a woman, and she was struck by an 8.5-pound meteorite. That happened, Tim.
Really?
What are the chances of poor little Ann getting hit by a fucking meteorite? I think they're probably worse than the Devils making the playoffs. And my favorite one is in 1919, a massive industrial disaster in Boston had a 2.3 million gallon tank burst, sending a deadly fast-moving wave of molasses through the streets. It was the Great Molasses Flood of 1919. Tim, the streets of Boston were rained with molasses. There's a chance the Devils can win this thing, can make the playoffs. All they need to do is win out, and they need 4 or 5 other teams to either get exploding diarrhea for like a week or 2, or like, I don't know, maybe plane goes down in the Pacific Northwest somewhere and they're stuck just trying to survive, eating each other, things like that. But there's a chance. That's it.
Miracles happen. So here's how it goes. Alive. So the Devils can clinch wild card 2 if we finish 7-0-0 and
Okay.
have 41 regulation wins. So that'll put us at 94 points.
Okay. So 7-0-0. There's
7-0-0.
no room for error.
No room for error.
The first
Washington-
thing that you
Washington
got to
finished-
do is take care of your own business and win 7.
Correct.
Got it.
Washington finishes 4-2. Philadelphia
Okay.
finishes 4-3. CBJ finishes 3-3. Detroit finishes 3-4. Ottawa finishes 2-4-1. Yeah, I know. It's fucking funny. I'm actually reading. So Dev's Army 95 on Twitter put this together. So I appreciate it. I don't know if he listens or not, but so that puts us in a 4-way tie with Philadelphia, Columbus, and Detroit. And we win the tiebreakers with all 3 of those guys.
Okay. So the first one you said was Washington has to go what?
4-2. So that'll put them 93 points. So
All right. So they have the Buffalo Sabres tonight. Tough game.
It's a loss.
They have the Rangers tomorrow. Rangers have been
Right.
playing a lot better.
They have been.
Then they have the Maple Leafs.
Okay. Put them at 2-1.
Then the Penguins.
2-2.
Penguins again.
2-3.
And they finish off. And they finish off against the Blue Jackets.
Interesting. Yeah, and that's the other thing. Is like
Okay.
a lot of these teams have
Playing each other. Who's the
Yeah.
next team on that list?
Philadelphia. So they have to finish 4-3 to get to 94 points.
4-3.
They've been actually
okay.
turning it up.
Philadelphia has. Now Philadelphia has tomorrow night they play the Bruins.
It's a tough one. Let's give it to the Bruins.
And then they play us.
Let's give it to us because
We have to. We need to win
Yep.
7.
Yep.
And then they have the Red Wings. Tough game.
Let's give that one to the Red Wings.
Okay. So now they have what? 2 losses? You're giving them the Bruins game?
Yeah. So they're 1-2.
All right. Then they have the Jets,
2-2.
the Hurricanes,
2-3.
and then the Canadians.
Was that 3-3? Wait,
3-3.
did they play today?
No. Did they play already? I don't know.
I don't know.
Who's next on that?
Ah, fuck! I just lost it. CBJ. I have to finish 3-3.
All right. So far we got it to where so far we're good, right?
Yeah, so far
We're still in this thing.
Yeah, so far in our little imaginary
thing.
fucking fantasy land here. Yeah.
CBJ's got a tough schedule.
Yeah.
All right. So tonight they play Winnipeg. I'm going to give them that win, right?
Yep.
Detroit.
Let's fuck Detroit. Let's give CBJ 2-0.
Buffalo.
2-1.
Montreal.
2-2.
Boston.
2-3.
Montreal. I mean Washington.
Let's call it 3-3. Because what did we say? Oh, yeah. Okay.
They
3-3.
have to go. All right. So
that would
3-3.
put them at 94 points. So far we've eliminated the Flyers and eliminated Washington. We're still winning everything. So we're tied with CBJ right now.
Who's next?
Detroit.
Okay. All right. Detroit is playing the Wild tomorrow.
Ooh, Minnesota's been playing like shit. Let's give Minnesota the win. 0-1.
All right. You gave Columbus the win for the next game.
0-2.
Then they have the Flyers.
What did I say? Did I say they'd win? Yeah,
I'm not sure which one we gave that.
let's go 0-3 for Detroit.
And then us.
0-4.
And then Tampa.
0-5. So Detroit's
then-
eliminated.
And
Detroit's
then
eliminated.
Florida.
Yeah. 1-4.
All right. Who's next?
Ottawa.
The fucked up thing is, dude, I'm most nervous about us winning the next 7.
Well, yeah, because it's fucking hard to do.
And
But the
just
Devils,
can't
the
do it.
Devils have done it before in 1988.
And they won 8 in a row to start the year
They did.
after dropping game 1.
They
All right.
did.
So what do we need the Ottawa Senators to do?
2-4-1.
2-4-1. So 3 losses, they're done. Tomorrow
Well,
night.
5 losses are done.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. I'm sorry. 5. This is going to be a tough one. All right. Carolina.
0-1.
Tampa Bay.
0-2.
Florida.
1-2.
Islanders.
1-2. Or Or 1-3.
1-3. Us.
1-4.
Maple Leafs.
2-4.
So would they have to go 1-4-1?
2-4-1. So they probably already. I think they have a game today. They already played.
Where the hell? Or did they? Oh, they played already. They lost to the Wild. My
They
bad.
lost already. Yeah.
All right. So that's one. Okay, we gave them that loss anyway. So now we're gonna say they lose to Carolina tomorrow. That's 2.
Yep.
They're gonna
Carolina
lose
on
to.
the back. Yeah.
They're gonna lose to Tampa. That's 3.
Yep.
They're gonna beat Florida.
Oh, they'll beat Florida, sure.
All right. Then they're gonna lose to the Islanders.
No, let's say they beat the Islanders.
They're gonna lose to
us.
us.
2-3. 2-4 if they lose to us.
And then Maple Leafs.
So say they tie the Maple Leafs. Or
no,
they
that's
get
their
the
2-4-1.
That's their 2-4-1, but that would only give them 93. So we have to win out still.
Okay, so the fact that we just did this, there's nobody that we have to jump that just looks like world beaters with an easy schedule, and it's going to be like, they have to lose, 5 of the last 6.
The only
it's all kind of
it's realistic. Well, it's not realistic because we have to go 7-0, but
that's the most unrealistic part about it.
Unrealistic part about it. But like the only team of these 5 that's actually like playing well right now and winning games is Philadelphia.
Yeah.
Like Washington's kind of fumbling around. CBJ is fucking falling apart since they were looking good. Detroit's shit in the bed. Ottawa's they're a mess again, locker room wise. Just give us fucking Brady and just go away.
I think that a lot of this is going to depend on tonight's effort, of course.
Of course, and we're going to get absolutely fucking dog walked by Montreal, and it won't matter.
Well, if that's the case, where is the game?
It's in New Jersey tonight, and then Montreal's tomorrow.
Oh, we have home and home? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
All right. As you can see, I haven't been, as up to speed on Devil stuff.
Attention, Chris.
But but I all right. So look, if we win tonight, if we win like the next 2 or 3, I'm just curious if some of these things play out, how our odds change a little bit. Because it would be awesome. It would be awesome if these last 6 games actually felt like they meant something. And I mean,
it just kind of sucks that we're at this point that we're like fucking, wishing on a miracle run here.
Could you imagine?
No.
Could you imagine knocking 7 in a row and all that other shit fucking playing out?
I'm delusional, and I have imagined it. It's fucking wild. It would be crazy if that shit happened.
That would be crazier than the Great Molasses Flood of 1919.
It'd be crazier than Jeffrey Epstein winning the lottery in Arizona.
Jeffrey Epstein winning the lottery twice with the same numbers.
Yes. Yeah. The Zorro Ranch. Yeah.
I mean, I did put this in the description of the show on YouTube, something along the lines of like, we live in crazy times. So who the hell knows? This is a crazy time to be alive.
Yeah. Donald Trump read an executive order that the Devils get into the playoffs. He might be dead. I don't know. I heard.
He had to mention his fucking name.
Yeah, I saw something where he's at Walter Reed. So I don't know.
Who gives a fuck?
I don't. So I think let's go fucking Devils.
All right, so we got
an hour and a half. We got NHL Network tonight, which fucking blows. I can't can I go on a rant here again? Like I've done this before, but it's just
the floor is yours.
Like, how can the NHL put consequential, necessary games like this on a little ass TV network that probably maybe 20% of the United States gets? There's no streaming option. There's no option for it to be rebroadcast anywhere. And do you know what they do? They don't put like NHL Network talent to like call the game. A lot of the times they just fucking rebroadcast the MSG feed.
Yeah.
And because I'm out of market, I have to fucking I have to get on my fucking pirate ship to watch this game. And like I have to write the recap tonight for All About the Jersey. And it's like I'm going to be sailing the friendly seas. Actually, no, I don't. I think I told them because like I'm not sure if I can find the game. And I was like, or I'll turn it into a rant about the fucking NHL Network. But it's such a dumb thing. Like I don't understand how the NHL Network doesn't have a cooperative agreement with ESPN, where if it's on NHL Network, it gets rebroadcast on
I agree.
Plus. Like it's
The
just like
fucked up thing, like if I go on to that game and I hit where to watch on Google, it only comes up with Sling TV and Fubo. So the game is on MSG though, right?
and like no, I don't think it is.
Because if it's not on MSG, I'm not going to be able to get it because they'll black it out on the NHL network. Unless
if you go to it says it's on MSG.
Oh, okay.
If you go to the NHL app, it always has like the TV network, the TV coverage. On it says NHL MSG.
Okay. So now,
and then for me, if it says MSG, that means I can get it on ESPN Plus, unless it's a fucking Capitals game, in which case I'm blacked out because it's a Capitals game.
Which is ridiculous.
No, it's just I get it to an extent. So this is what I kind of do for a living, and it's just like the economics of local cable operators are very much propped up on the fact that these regionalized sports networks, and a lot of regional sports networks are starting to fail. So the FanDuel Sports Network, which owns a lot of the Midwestern teams, they just went bankrupt, and a lot of their creditors said we're not going to bail you out this time. So a lot of like those properties, particularly the NBA and the NHL, are playing out the rest of their season this year, and then are going to have to find new homes, like the teams that air on like kind of Midwestern FanDuel network things. And it's not like and the FanDuel networks, it's not like FanDuel's production or anything. They just put their branding on it. It's still like Detroit Sports
and they
Network.
Pay for the fucking pregame,
it's the same. Yeah, it's exactly. It's white label basically. So we're living in an interesting time in that if blackouts didn't exist, then a lot of these local cable operators would probably go out of business, and a lot of like these regional sports networks would be gone. And then that would be kind of problematic because a lot of the production with them would have to be carried by the NHL or Major League Baseball themselves, and they don't have the infrastructure in place to do that, nor the money to actually do that. Right. So it's kind of like something needs to happen for the consumer, but if it does, then it's going to have a very devastating effect.
The only thing I think, I'm just saying that if you live in an area, don't make it impossible to watch that game. That's all. Yeah, your local teams, you should never have to worry about watching your local teams. Like, I get it.
100%.
I'm not going to piss and moan because I can't watch Vancouver, San Jose. I live in fucking New Jersey. I understand if I can't get that game, but yet I can because I have ESPN Plus. But I'm saying, like, but if I live in New Jersey, there's no reason whatsoever where I live that I should never get all the Devils, Flyers, Rangers, and Islander games. Like, it's just, that's where we live. We should always be, if you live in fucking Boston, you should be able to get all 82 Bruin games, never have to worry about a blackout. That's my only issue.
Yeah, I agree. And where it gets annoying is like each team carves up their sort of territory, so to speak. So what's crazy to me is like everybody that was in Arizona that watched Coyotes games, they're blacked out to get like Utah games, I think,
which is up,
fucking ridiculous. It's absolutely fucking ridiculous. So anyway, rant over. Go Devils. 7-0. We're making the playoffs.
Real quick, let's we didn't do their schedule yet. All right, so we know we're going to win them all, but we got Montreal tonight and tomorrow, so that's 2-0. We're beating the same team 2 nights in a row is going to be fucking tough.
We play Montreal pretty well, don't we?
I know, but that's still a tall order.
Still, they're a good team, yeah.
And then our schedule is not easy either. And we got the Flyers.
The Flyers, man. Oof.
Tuesday night, followed by
a tough one for us.
Yeah, and that's in Jersey. And then we stay home. We play the other Pennsylvania team. We got Pittsburgh coming to town Thursday night, another tough one. Then we go out for Saturday afternoon, 5 p.m. Saturday evening against the Red Wings. And then we come home on Sunday. So we have back-to-back next weekend in Detroit, and home against Ottawa. And then we wrap the season up a week from Tuesday, the 14th in Boston. So those 7 games are going to be tough.
Yeah, every single one of them, is someone in or around the playoffs.
Yeah.
And, Detroit, Boston, Ottawa are all going to be fighting for their playoff lives. Yeah. Philly. Tough. It's a tough road, but can't go 7-0 without winning the first one. So
no, and to win, if this is even going to become something we're talking about at the end of next week, Jacob Markstrom has got to be better. Like, we cannot win games when our starting goalie is playing this way. Like, whatever the fuck he needs to do to get himself right for this last 2 weeks, like, he needs to fucking do it because, man, we can go in tonight. Like, that's the thing that bothers me most about this team. I don't trust our fucking goaltending. Like, I can see a world where we are down 4-0 after the first period tonight because of the way that Montreal plays and the way that Markstrom plays.
It's Al. Okay, thank you, Beach Monster. Yeah, Alan's in tonight. All right.
Okay, so I feel a little bit better, and then just take what I say and bring it to tomorrow's game.
He's been a little bit shaky too. Although he was good against the Caps, he's been a little bit hit or miss. Oh, maybe.
So we'll find out in 90 minutes.
Yeah. So I'm totally with you. It's just like, particularly the way Montreal plays. Like, if we are flat at all, like, they're gonna fucking eat us alive. They're gonna eat us alive.
I mean, I know that if I'm in that locker room, I'm looking at this and saying, guys, like, I know it sounds fucking crazy, but there's a road here. There is a path, and all we have to do is take care of the business that we can take care of. So if they go out flat,
you need to go game by game, period by period. You know,
that's it.
When every period, like MSG flashed the craziest fucking stat after the second period of the Caps game. The Devils are 57-1-2 over the last 2 years, leading after 2 periods.
That's fucking crazy.
Right. It's fucking nuts. So it's like,
and we're not in the playoffs.
And we're not in the playoffs. It's like, hey guys, why don't you try this new strategy of leading after 2 and scoring first? Like, let's do that. It seems to work. I don't know. I'm no fucking hockey genius here. Let's try that strategy.
I like it, Tim. Yeah, I like it. All right. Well, we're going to wrap this thing up. Guys, thanks so much for hanging out with us tonight. This was fun. I didn't expect on a beautiful Saturday afternoon to get some listeners in chatting it up with us.
A bunch of fucking pasty losers just like us.
Yeah, it got cold quick. Like, it was warm for like 2 hours and then it got pretty chilly. So
I mowed the first part of my lawn today. Got the mower out, made sure it was like fired up. Had to spray a little ether in the air intake to get it going. But I was a little disappointed by my mowing lines. I got to work on it. I'm still in spring training here. You know, it's kind of like going 0 for 4 in that first spring training.
Get your shit together.
Tim. Yeah, like I was going to take a picture of the lines, but I was like, man, I did a fucking sloppy ass job. Very disappointing.
I did some yard work today. I still got to get that fucking tree that fell down in the wintertime out of my yard. So.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, it's a fucking nightmare. Happy to come up and fucking cut it into pieces with a chainsaw if you want.
Well, I'm going to buy a chainsaw. So, you know, if you actually have one and you feel like coming up and helping me cut some firewood for next winter, come on up. We'll have a few beers. It'll be great.
We have 9 chainsaws.
I just need 1. Well, if you're going to come, we'll take 2. Yeah. And if my son's here, make it 3. You can leave 6. Your brother will be good with the 6 there, right?
Yeah, I think he'll be okay.
All right, so leave 6 at home. Come up with 3.
I think the problem is like maybe only 2 of them work, and one of them works consistently, and the other one does not.
All right, then just bring.
Don't get me started on Husqvarna chainsaw motors and how fucking stupid they are. How stupid.
Trust me, I won't. But guys, thanks for hanging out with us tonight, and hopefully we can keep this hope alive. Maybe we have a good showing tonight against the Habs. But if you're listening to us in podcast form, please a comment, 5-star review. Helps a little podcast that could. And if you're watching on YouTube, subscribe, hit the alert bells, drop us a line. Anything other than taking shits over guardrails. That's for you, Devil.
Yeah, that's Devil Heaven. Jesus Christ, man. Get it together. Also, we also saw a recent heat map of our listenership. So tell us where you're listening from. Like we have some interesting choices. Not sure if there are guys on military bases in Saudi Arabia or anything like that, but if someone was listening to us there, that's pretty wild.
If you are
Australian listeners,
if you're listening to us outside of North America, please unclepuckers@gmail.com or DM us on Twitter, whatever, but let us know where you are and more importantly, how you actually became a Devils fan. That's okay. We got Fairfax, Virginia. We got New Jersey. Outside of North America, I always ask people outside the states too, like outside of New Jersey.
Yeah. Oh, it's interesting. Yeah. I don't know. Well, I don't know. Chris, I don't think you have any more Uncle Pucker stickers. We should probably do another production run of those.
Yeah, I'll shoot a text to Tony. I'll tell him to order them up, and we got to get some more. I still actually owe a couple to some people, and I never got them out because we ran out.
You owe a couple to Tony.
All right, we're out of here,
That
guys.
was-
Enjoy the game, and we'll see you when
right.
we see you.
Suck a dick, Val.
It's over, Johnny. It's over!